Hello, and thank you for joining us for the NOACA Transportation and Livable Communities Initiative Downtown Transportation and Livability Study. Final Plan Presentation, February 2024. The following is the agenda for this presentation. We'll present an introduction to the plan, discuss the plan's vision and goals, as well as key findings. We'll also discuss advancing projects being pursued by other partners, priority capital project recommendations of this plan, as well as program and policy recommendations, and we'll wrap up discussing how the plan will be implemented. Introduction. Planning study objectives were twofold. Develop a comprehensive multimodal transportation framework plan to meet the rising downtown development demand over the coming years, and recommend strategies and define improvement concepts that will benefit the economic vitality of downtown Cleveland and Northeast Ohio. This study was sponsored by NOACA, the Northeast Ohio Area-Wide Coordinating Agency. And the study was developed by a consulting team led by Burgess and Neipel. A working group helped guide the planning efforts, including staff from the City of Cleveland, the Greater Cleveland Regional Transit Authority, and Downtown Cleveland. The study also included input from a number of key stakeholders and implementation partners, as well as members of the public. The following is the project schedule, which began in spring of 2021 and wrapped up in September of 2023. Steps included establishing the planning context, set plan vision and goals, idea gathering, refine and evaluate draft recommendations, develop the framework implementation plan, and plan finalization. Vision and goals. A vision statement was crafted based on input from the working group as well as the public input survey. The following vision statement was established. Downtown Cleveland has an equitable, modern, safe, connected, convenient, accessible, reliable, enjoyable, and multimodal transportation system that supports economic growth, quality of life, and environmental sustainability in downtown and the greater Cleveland region. When considering where our goals come from, the vision statement says it all. Essentially, descriptors in the vision statement establish the goals for the plan. These goals include equitable, provide an inclusive transportation system which meets the needs of all travelers. Modern, implement best practices, foresight, technology to improve user experience. Safe, aim to holistically address safety, crashes, perceived safety, and personal safety. Connected, provide continuous connections between housing, jobs, amenities, and destinations. Convenient, make traveling efficient and easy on foot and by bike, transit, and micromobility devices, not just for those driving. Accessible, provide a transportation system without barriers for those of varying ability. Reliable, create a dependable and resilient transportation system. Enjoyable, create an enjoyable user experience. Multimodal, encourage travel by foot or by bike, transit vehicle, or scooter, not just by personal vehicles. Economic development, foster shared and equitable economic growth benefiting the most vulnerable in greater Northeast Ohio. Quality of life, create the ability for people to move freely and safely regardless of mode choice or physical ability. Health, enhance health by reducing air pollution and encouraging physical activity through active transportation. Environmental sustainability, Promote a built environment which works with and supports sustainability, reducing carbon and other air pollutants, reducing urban heat island effect, and improving stormwater management. Traffic safety is a top priority. Key findings. Traffic safety was identified as a top priority for the public engagement survey. Of particular note includes question number 8, where we asked respondents to rank a number of issues based on their importance. 49% of respondents indicated traffic safety for all users was their most important issue, followed by 23% who indicated it was their second most important issue. The next highest item was providing connected networks for each mode, the first choice of 22% of respondents, and the second choice of another 22% of respondents. For question 5, we asked respondents to indicate how safe they feel traveling by a variety of modes, including biking, walking, transit bus, rental scooter, or rental bike. Of note, 37% of respondents indicated they felt unsafe biking downtown, and 40% of respondents indicated they felt unsafe using rental scooters or rental bikes. As part of the study, an analysis of traffic crashes was performed for the 5-year period 2015 through 2019, pre-COVID. While pedestrian-involved crashes comprised just 2% of all during the 5-year period, they comprised 42% of all fatal crashes and 46% of all serious injury crashes. The next key finding is that bicyclists face uncomfortable conditions. A region-wide bike level of traffic stress analysis performed by NOACA indicates most streets are only comfortable for confident or expert cyclists, whose studies indicate comprise just 8 to 20% of the population. As such, it's difficult to impossible for interested but concerned cyclists, who comprise an estimated 40 to 70% of the population, to comfortably ride around downtown Cleveland. Reasons for this include that interested but concerned bicyclists preferred separated space facilities, including all-purpose trails and protected bike lanes. At present, very few facilities of these type are available downtown. However, several projects are in the works to add such facilities. The third key finding is that user experience enhancements are desired. For the pedestrian mode, some sidewalks and crossings need maintenance and ADA accommodations. In addition, scooter parking on sidewalks was identified as an issue. For the transit mode, transit riders would like more bus shelters, improved maintenance and cleanliness of vehicles and facilities, and more accommodations for bikes on public transit. Concerning parking, there seem to be limited options to pay for parking at various types of facilities, and also a lack of common signage for public and private providers of publicly available parking. Lastly, wayfinding systems should be more comprehensive and cohesive. There are numerous wayfinding systems downtown, but they're not branded together and don't provide a cohesive experience. The fourth key issue is connections to opportunity are desired. Specific opportunities include the North Coast, where there's a desire to improve connectivity to and from downtown, the Cuyahoga River, where new access points are desired between the river and West Huron Road and Ontario Street. Neighborhoods, improving connectivity across the Inner Belt, which is a barrier between downtown and east and southeast neighborhoods. And lastly, regional connections, improving bike facility connections between regional facilities, and downtown with its amenities. The fifth key finding, untapped opportunities abound. Based on observation and travel demand model data of pre-COVID travel patterns, many downtown streets appear empty during the business day and after business hours, as they are predominantly designed to quickly move rush hour traffic and special event traffic. This means that streets may be able to have lanes removed to provide space for bike facilities, curb extensions, and other amenities. Advancing projects. A number of studies and projects are being advanced by project partners. These include City of Cleveland North Coast Study, improved connectivity and opportunities for economic development. City of Cleveland West Superior Bikeway, initial consideration of options for protected bike lanes. Cuyahoga County Detroit Superior Bridge Lower Level Study, to consider options for use of the bridge's lower level. City of Cleveland and GCRTA Public Square Coordination, as well as Downtown Cleveland's Public Square Mobility Study, interagency discussion centered on improving the user experience. City of Cleveland, Superior Midway, a road diet, and project to add a two-way protected bike lane within a median. The Ohio Department of Transportation Interbelt Reconstruction, a project to reconstruct, widen, and improve safety along I-90, currently awaiting track funding. And lastly, the City of Cleveland's Memorial Bridges Loop Trail, a project to connect trails on the Detroit Superior Bridge with the Carnegie Bridge, creating a loop trail between downtown and Ohio City. Priority Capital Project Recommendations. A number of priority capital projects have been identified by this plan to complement advancing projects by project partners. Ideally, the priority capital projects will be implemented within the next 5 to 10 years. These projects include East 9th Complete Street. Corridor conditions include high pedestrian activity, high vehicular volume, an abundance of closely spaced traffic signals leading to congestion, and a high share of fatal and serious injury pedestrian crashes. During the 5-year period of 2015 through 2019, crashes along the East 9th Street corridor accounted for 30% of all pedestrian-involved crashes downtown. The corridor also included 2 fatality crashes, 1 pedestrian involved and 1 scooter involved, and 6 of the 20 incapacitating pedestrian involved crashes. Recommendations may include adding a center median and median refuge crosswalks, adding dedicated space bike facilities where feasible, and evaluating the opportunity to reduce the number of travel lanes and improve traffic progression along sections of the corridor. West Superior Bikeway. This recommendation includes adding an all ages and abilities facility between Public Square and the intersection of Huron Road, Detroit Avenue, West Superior, and West 9th Street. Completes missing links between Memorial Bridges Loop Trail and the Superior Midway. Preliminary engineering is needed to determine the exact type of facility and where it will be placed within the roadway environment. Lakefront Bikeway Connection. Connecting the Lakefront Bikeway from the Detroit Superior Bridge to a future extension within the North Coast Redevelopment Project. The alignment for this all ages and ability connection will be refined as part of the city's mobility plan. Towpath the Downtown Connection. Provide a comfortable and direct connection between the Towpath Trail, Lakefront Bikeway, and Memorial Bridges Loop Trail. Intersection safety improvements. A subsequent study is recommended to evaluate crash trends at 3 intersections with East 9th Street, including Prospect, Euclid, and Superior. Downtown transit transfer improvements. Ensure transit accommodations fit within the street environment and are safe, beautiful, and function well for those who use them. Beyond bus stops, improve route reliability during special event street closures, and, where possible, improve connections to Tower City Station. A subsequent study is needed to determine the capital improvements needed to support this recommendation. Program and policy recommendations. Programs to address systemic issues. The Downtown Circulation Study. Travel patterns have and will continue to change due to COVID, the North Coast, Superior Midway, and Interbelt projects. This study will model how travel patterns will change and can be changed to allow for road diets and the addition of more on-road bike facilities. Street Transformation Program. This program will decide what streets will look like, how improvements are financed, and improved attention to maintenance and aesthetics. Then, the program will start implementing changes to transform downtown streets. Pedestrian Crossing Improvement Program. This program will establish standards for when crosswalk signage and marking are installed, and use safety data and public input to identify problem intersections, and then start implementing recommendations as needed. Policies. Improved regulation of curb lanes and sidewalks. Develop regulations for sidewalks and curb usage, including accessibility, improved bike and scooter parking, and managing delivery zones. Modernizing parking payment methods and wayfinding. Continue with efforts to modernize parking payment methods, improve parking wayfinding signage. Review downtown transit services. Improve coordination with regional transit services. Wayfinding and how to downtown. Create a wayfinding plan to develop consistent wayfinding branding across travel modes and to connect points of interest. Implementation. As noted earlier, the Downtown Transportation and Livability Study is a framework plan. That is, its implementation relies upon other agencies. This plan establishes a baseline understanding and vision and charts a course forward. Plan partners are responsible to advance recommendations, though NOACA may provide funding for capital projects. The timeline for priority capital projects is 3 to 4 years at minimum, as most of these recommendations need to be programmed into capital budgets, studied, designed, and then implemented. This concludes our presentation of NOACA's Downtown Transportation and Livability Study. For more information about the planning process and how recommendations were determined, view the planning document at noaca.org. Thank you for your time and have a great day.